Jackson. I'm a minister. I serve as a national youth advocate for the United Church of Christ and as a community organizer with a group called Cleveland Action. And I actually moved here about 5, almost 6 years ago from Chicago. And I'm standing here because Black Lives Matter. I'm standing here because of a culture of violence that is claiming lives. And I think it's very important that as we talk about a recall, that we understand that there are so many issues that are pertinent that we must discuss. But we also discuss the value of the lives of the citizens here. And is that something that's being taken into account and valued by our administration and elected officials? Not long after Mayor Jackson made his State of the City address today, he shared that he may possibly seek another term as mayor. And he said, and I quote, "As long as I continue to be an effective leader." He says, "I don't want to be ineffective. I don't want to stand in the way of progress." And so I think it's really important for us to raise the question to Mayor Jackson, what is effectiveness and what is progress? And for who or for whom, or what communities do you need to benefit from that progress? The Department of Justice report gives evidence of ineffective behavior in the police department. Excessive force on citizens, he says the DOJ report is a distraction. But I see it as more than a distraction when it results in the life of a 12-year-old that was killed, and to then turn around and to blame the young person for his own death. That is ineffective. That's excessive. It's more than a distraction. It's a reality, and I think that it's something that we should hold the mayor accountable. How would the mayor define effectiveness in a city where a culture of violence is rooted in classism, poverty, militarized police force, and other unjust acts, including looking at our school systems? What are we going to do to address quality education and to ensure that our young people obtain quality education? What are we going to do to make sure that this so-called Cleveland Renaissance is fairly distributed so that everyone reaps the benefits of the growth and the wealth that the mayor is anticipating for this city? Yeah. When we look at the workforce, how are workforce opportunities made available for everyone? Does everyone have access to fair pay, to equal opportunity in employment? And what do we say when we endorse companies and industries that come into our city and to our community that does not care about investing in our community and our people? So how will we, the people, reap the benefit of this Cleveland Renaissance? How will the mayor respond to the fact that people are being pistol whipped, that people are being tasered, and when our children are being murdered? How will the mayor respond to a culture of violence that's claiming the lives of innocent people? When a person suffering from an illness calls on the police for support and instead she's body slammed and dies. Tanisha Anderson was a citizen that needed and called on the mayor, and as a result, called on the police, and as a result lost her life. So I'm saying to you that I'm here to raise the question of accountability, to raise the question of what is progress, and also what is effective or ineffective. Coming from Chicago, I will tell you this, that for years I've watched people over and over again for a daily administration. And just recently, Rahm Emanuel is now facing a runoff, one that he wasn't expecting, because the people stood up and said, you know, our voices matter, we count. And so I believe that the same thing that's happening right now in Chicago, where the people are speaking up and taking a stand and telling those systems that continue to abuse its citizens, abuse of power, that do not distribute the wealth fairly into those communities. They're taking a stand and they're saying, we're not going to take it anymore. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. That this is our moment. This is our time to have our say. And as Brother McCoy said, we have the power. And so I just want to stand here as an organizer and activist in this community to say that this is my home. I'm proud to call Cleveland home. And I stand in solidarity with this movement that's calling for action, that's calling for justice, that's calling for accountability. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.